light here, but you know, fuck, I don't actually like the wire. I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna put the wire in my clothes because I don't really like the way this looks. So I'll be right back. So there's a cat meowing. I have no idea if it's behind me. I hope it pops up in the video. Oh, do you see it? Let me see. Look at right here. Aw. Hey. Hi. Hi. Anyways, so welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen, sending out a lot of love. And as you guys are telling me to say, I should start saying subscribe, a call to action. So every time I'm gonna say it from this video forward, I'm gonna be like, you know, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But as always, we got another video of the day for you guys. And right now, currently, the internet is off, so I'm just stacking these videos up. So yeah, that's been pretty much fun. Internet's off, but the grind don't stop. But no, in truth, let me see real quick if I'm gonna have to move my camera. Okay, no, I'm not gonna have to move my camera. All right, so I just want to not be in the way for anyone that has to come back here. But this is I like this place to shoot. I like the little flora and fauna behind me. Did the cat gone? Oh, cat's watching. All right, let me see if y'all can see this. Look at, oh, little cat right there. I don't know if that's a stray cat or the neighbor's cat. I can't really tell. Anyways, in today's video, I wanted to talk about good and bad almost, and the existence of good and bad. So truthfully, the first thing I'm going to say is, come on, we already know this. Good and bad, to me, it doesn't exist. And you're probably like, what do you mean, Jarrell? What do you mean it doesn't exist? Good and bad doesn't exist? Well, I'm getting there. I only believe that there are higher and lower vibrations to everything. Higher and lower vibrations and perspective. Now, I don't want to get too deep into what I can raise as suggestions of that, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. And a big example of this right now that I can think of that's popping in my mind, because I want to make a video about this and talk about how I only think there's attention that grows certain things that'll probably be better for society if we paid attention to other shit, is Jeffrey Dahmer, the recent Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Despite everything that this man did, and listen, I don't even want to give power to him in my power, knowing how powerful I am, to saying that name and invoking that man. But y'all have to understand, there are people that watched the Netflix release and felt sympathy and empathy for him. No, listen. I understand that. That's how I understand. There's no bad or good. We still must understand that this is a human being. But does that completely justify any of the actions of a human being? No. And I think even more, should this also kind of honor the human being? I don't think so. But I do understand to a level of how there's no good and bad is that same animal that he was exists within you watching this. And that's why I say there's only lower and higher realities to experience. Because in my reality, I've experienced the lowest of the low. And I even think the experiences that I've experienced, we're still learning. I look at it like that every experience is a learning experience. Because for me, I can just admit in a story right now, and it's that I was abused when I was young. My mom's boyfriend, current at the time, literally poured boiling hot water on me and literally down my leg. And he felt like he messed up the first time. So, because what he did first is he turned on the bathtub on steaming hot water, and he just held me under the water. Nothing I'm gonna do. I'm like a 3-year-old. Held me under the boiling hot water. I know this story might be hard for some people to hear, so I'll say it's a little graphic warning. Or, well, it's too late now. But look, you're watching my videos, so anything could go. But held me under that water, and then that wasn't enough, so he ran the sink on hot water at the same time. And I'm pretty sure I remember him saying, "Let's cool you off," and put me under that hot water as well. And then I don't really remember much. I do remember like feeling something pour on me that was like hot water. And yeah, so even from that experience, like most of you would say that was a bad experience. But for me, it's not necessarily bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand from what we're we're taught and what we're conditioned to believe is that is a bad experience. But that's the thing. That experience made who you're listening to this day. So was it bad? Was it a lower vibrational thing that I experienced on a very polarizing plane of existence? Yeah. So, like I said, I don't truly believe in the concept of really good and bad things. Just, I feel like there's so many more things that play in the role what is good and bad, and things that are collectively accepted and not accepted as just maybe cultural beliefs, society, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, that is a clear indication that bad and good don't exist. Is people literally finding a way to feel bad for Jeffrey Dahmer. And I'm not saying you can't, but I don't think a lot of those people are feeling for him on a level of holy shit, that could have been me, because that's always how I look at it. Like, like maybe not your soul. Okay, how you think about it is maybe deeper. I still feel like that's ego, but you have to understand from a certain level that same beast still exists within you, regardless. So that's how I look at it. But a lot of people aren't looking at it like that. They're actually like feeling bad, like, oh, he was this, and this is why he did it, and kind of trying to rationalize certain things. And I'm kind of like, but at the same time, that's the two poles here, light and dark, and then that center dot of yin and yang is the balance. And I feel like that's where things have gotten out of control, which is where I go back to saying that I feel like the attention has shifted a bit too much. For example, what I'm saying is, like, it's not even that it's bad that Netflix did this, even though, a lot of people are making arguments with the whole, where did the money go to? The money didn't even go to the families that were affected by this man, and et cetera, right? And at the same time, I think one of the literal catches in the game that Netflix knows about everybody is neither good, and this is how I tie it in. There's no good and bad. There's only really attention and other things that work behind it that my mind's not finding the words right now to say, but you guys can feel what I'm talking about. I feel like there's so many things that play a role, but one of those big things is I feel like the attention on certain things grow it. This is a fact. And when you look at it, it didn't matter if it was good or bad attention to the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. All of it was press. All of it still gave it attention. And look at it. Because of all that attention, it still grew. Which is the biggest factor of you seeing that good and bad don't exist. It's literally what you give attention to, light or dark, you're still shedding light on that dark thing. And for me, like, in how the years have gone with anything that's happened in this divine matrix, nothing has changed anytime, nothing big has really changed anytime something is pointed out as being kind of like disgusting for being there. I mean, there was cuties. That's the last thing I remember. Do you guys remember the whole cuties thing? That's another thing where we would think in our minds, like, yeah, that was bad, but in the minds of the actual director, she didn't think what she put out was bad. I remember that whole fiasco. If you don't remember cuties, that was the whole thing with the little girls dancing, and that is even a even more wild thing. But you can see from the perspectives of these people that they don't necessarily think they're bad or what they're doing is bad. That's why I'm just saying that it's a matter of perspective. That's the thing that I'm leaving out. It's the attention and perspective of just the scenario. This is a hard thing for me to talk about because, like, I want to say certain things are bad, and I'm going to say certain things are bad. But I know within my mind and where I'm at that I know that things are really subjective. And things are really how you look at them and how you perceive them, especially going through what I've gone through. I've gone through a lot of pain and seen a lot of shit. Where I'm just like, these things boil down ultimately to learning experiences, and how can we change it for the future, and are we actually trying to make the steps to change it within here? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people are on the external reality just reacting to life happening. But again, that saying, life is not something that's happening to you, it's happening for you. So it goes back to what I'm saying. There is no good and bad. There is none of that. It's It's only what you perceive. I feel like I got really deep here. I don't even know how to, if that was the greatest video, but I've never done a solid video on just talking about good and bad. But you remember how there's a saying literally called the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I feel like that's an example of the ugly, when literally it doesn't matter. It's like good, bad, and then chaos is in the center, and chaos don't matter which side, it's corrupting both. I feel like that is what is going on here. You are witnessing chaos. There you go. But chaos is in our nature. We're titans. Well, if you know, you know. But much love in Moonlight, and remember, if you're enjoying these videos, subscribe and go follow me on everything else. And I love you guys, and as always, stay up. The exit is through your mind. Peace out.